So I understand you're considering either leasing or buying a new car.
Yes.
And you had some questions on both.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I usually ask somebody when they talk about leasing or buying is how long do you plan on owning the car?
Okay.
Leasing is a great option for short-term ownership. If you plan on owning the car until the wheels fall off, I typically would tell somebody just buy the car to begin with. The one nice thing with leasing is, with Toyota, most of our leases are a 36-month, 36,000 mile lease, which follows the factory's warranty, so you're always under factory warranty. Toyota gives you 2-year, 25,000 of complimentary maintenance.
Okay.
So the beauty of that lease is that throughout that 3-year period, you're going to pay your lease payment, you're going to make an oil change or two. That's about all the expense you're going to have into it.
That sounds great.
When you get beyond that point of ownership of a car, and you do get into owning a car for 4, 5, 6 years, you have larger maintenances that are going to be due that won't be covered under the factory warranty anymore. You're going to have tires that need to be put on that car, and other expenses that would go into it, plus the payments that you have. So that's one of the beauties of leasing.
Right. So if I always want a new car, a lease may be a good option for me.
For somebody that wants to keep themselves and maintain that new car ownership, keep themselves in factory warranty so they don't have to worry about any repairs, leasing's the best option for it. And your payment's going to be lower on that lease than it would be on that buy.
Okay. So what about, I like the idea when I'm owning something that I'll have some value at the end left over. How would you explain that?
I have a lot of people that'll ask me that, and the one thing with the car is you're talking about the biggest appreciating asset that you'll ever purchase. So even though you have some value there, keep in mind you've paid for that value. You've paid extra money to get that value. And neither one of us have a crystal ball, so we don't know what that car is going to be worth. So even though you may still have that balance of what you owe on that car and have some value, in some situations you'll have some positive equity. In some cases you could have some negative equity as well. So the other nice thing with leasing is they tell you what that vehicle is going to be worth at the end of that 3 years.
Okay.
So if that vehicle is worth less, you just walk away. It's on them, not you. If you have equity within that lease, you can sell it to a friend or a coworker that may want to buy that car, or you can trade it in sometimes to take advantage of that equity as well.
Okay. So it sounds like they protect you a little bit from any fluctuations in the market when you do lease the car.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Now, I've heard from older family members that a lot of times leasing is not a good option. Why do you think they say that?
Well, if you talk to some of the older people that leased cars back in probably the 70s, they used to have what was called an open-end lease. So at the end of that lease, if that vehicle wasn't, again, if they say that vehicle is worth, say, $20,000,
okay,
and that vehicle was actually worth $15,000, years ago, you would have to pay that difference.
Okay.
But the way leases are written today is it's a guaranteed value. So if they say that car is worth 20 and it's worth 15, you walk away. You're not responsible for that difference.
Great.
But with the same point today, if you do have that positive equity to it, you can't take advantage of that by selling the car or, like I said, trading it in.
So it always comes out in your favor.
You won't get hurt with it.
Okay. Sounds good. The last thing that I think I was questioning was, I know there's been some recent changes in Illinois with leasing.
There have been.
Can you explain those a little bit more?
The way leasing used to work is you would pay the taxes on the full amount of the vehicle. So if you came in here and you bought a $30,000 or $35,000 car, you pay taxes on $30,000 to $35,000. Today you don't pay it on the sale price of the car. You pay it on the actual payment.
Okay.
So it's a use tax. You're only paying for the portion of the car that you use. So it does lower the overall payment of the car because of that tax.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
That takes care of it.
Thank you.